Well, it's a good feeling to get the win for sure, and that's it wasn't a pretty game by any stretch, but we found a way to win, which is a positive thing. There's lots of things in the game that we'd like to do better, and we're going to have to do better moving forward. But get into overtime, and anything can happen there. And Oliver got a big goal for us.
What does it mean to you personally?
Well, it means I've been around a long time. And, really it's about, I've been really lucky in the two organizations I've worked for that have great players. Like, players win games, coaches don't win games. And that's, I've been real fortunate to work with some great players and be around a long time. But I still enjoy it. It's still like when you win, you're still really happy when you win. And when you lose, you're not happy. So it's a good sign that it's still that way after this long. And 500 really is just a number, but it's also you got to look at it as a milestone of a combination of a lot of real good players.
I certainly made you work for it tonight.
Yeah, that was kind of I've been involved in a lot of ugly games in that 500, so it's probably fitting that it was an ugly game.
Dave, the turnovers led to the penalties that led to the problems?
Exactly what we talked about the other night. When you play slow, you have to stop because you turn it over and go back the other way. And then what happened, you look at the first period, how many times we turned it over and came back to our end, and maybe it wasn't a chance, but it ended to a face-off in our zone. And we lost the face-off, and now we're playing in our zone. So just too much time in our zone. Just didn't execute well enough to push the game along, but executed right on the right play in the end and take the points and move on.
What does that say, just the resiliency then, to now giving them all those chances on the power play? I know it comes down to overtime, but you hung around the game enough to get to overtime.
Yeah, you hang around. I thought our penalty kill was good. We gave up one, but I have no problem with our penalty killers. I have a problem with the penalties we're taking. I think 3 of them offensive zone penalties. I mean, the one at the end is a phantom call on Oliver. That's the way that goes sometimes. But taking penalties in the offensive zone, especially in a tight game, where that's not a recipe for success. We got away with it tonight, but that's something that we'll have to certainly address with our group.
A lesser milestone for him. He has 19 game winners, which is highest tempo for most defensemen. So he continues to find a knack.
Yeah, that's good. See, that's just what I said. Good players. Need good players.
Your guys were out there ready to die on one shift, and
yeah,
their guys had their tongue hanging on the ice at the end there too.
It's interesting. You put a few parameters in place and some things we want to focus on, but then once players get tired or once it starts going back and forth, it's the players that are deciding that. So I like it. I think it's exciting for the fans, and players like it. Everybody's itching to get on the ice to have a try at it.
Are you gleaning something from? You guys have only been to 3, I guess.
Yeah, it's still early.
Yeah.
Still early, but it usually comes down to the team that can execute, make a good play, or not beat yourself. The Jersey one, we turned the puck over. They come down, and Anaheim, they turn the puck over. And this one, we just, Richardson made a good play out from behind, and we capitalized on it.
7-1 is the Pacific now. This is a team that beat you 4 or 5 times last year. So.
Yeah, that's good. We need to win in our division.
You don't play well tonight, but you got a chance to win 3 and 4 now, and maybe.
That's what we talked about as a team. We talked about, like, the reality is we didn't play very well tonight. We got points, but we have an opportunity to sweep 3 games at home here before we go on the road. If you look at the way our schedule's set up, these are 3 critical games, and if we want to push this thing ahead, and we've talked about growth and doing it, but there's different stages of it. You start to grow. Your expectations got to get higher. So tomorrow night's a very important game for us.
Have you decided if you'll go back to Mike, Dave?
Yeah, we'll decide that in the morning.
You think Donovan will play one?
I would put him very questionable.